Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about White Knight presents Harley Quinn. This, for anyone who's been following along with my channel, I've been following Batman White Knight from the beginning of Series 1. Loved the first series. They did Series 2, Curse of the White Knight. Halfway through, they did... Let's get that one out. The Von Freeze one-off, which I'm pretty sure I did a video just on that, if I remember right. Really, really good issue, actually. And then, obviously, they finished off Curse of the White Knight with the Azrael story. It came out, I think it was after that Sean Murphy said he was going to be developing with DC an expanded universe of characters within the universe, of which he's going to have some input, but he's not going to be writing it. So, as far as I'm aware, this is the first one of that kind of sort of ilk. He was part of the story. I don't know how much. I think this is going to be part of the story in terms of like, he's going to be in a writer's room with sort of all the writers saying sort of yes and no to any ideas that they've got. Because I get the feeling this is slightly different to everything we've seen so far, and I will get on to that. So big spoilers coming up ahead. In terms of the artwork, I can't remember who the artwork is done by. God, that's terrible of me. Dave Stewart with the colours and Matteo Scalera. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The art looks pretty good. It looks very in similar style to the first two series, which is good for continuity purposes. So I really do appreciate that. In terms of the story, I do have a few problems, issues with it. Overall, relatively strong first issue. Was it Katana? Oh, good God. Katana Collins. That is terrible. I've been able to forget names like that. So Katana Collins was responsible for part of the story, her and Sean Murphy, and then she wrote the script. So this is where I'm not too sure about how much input Sean Murphy has had. I think the writers are pitching their ideas and he's saying yes and no to like an overall storyline of everything going ahead in the universe. You'll have to fact check me on that. I'm not too sure, but that's the way that I would assume things are going. So in terms of the story here, we have gruesome murders. Harley Quinn is retired. She is looking after the children, her and Jack's children. Batman is in jail. Joker is obviously dead. And gruesome murders have taken place that are very... they're in the style of Joker. So the GCPD have called Harley in to take a look at it because she knew Joker very well. She's still accustomed to it, and she's although her license was revoked, she is still a medical psychiatrist, I think is in this. So there's a lot that can be played on. I think it's a really good story to have. Some very close similarities between this and was it Harley Joker Criminal Sanity, which obviously I'm not a big fan of, but you can go check out those videos if you want. And so she's brought in, she looks at the evidence, she says that this is like a Joker killing, and everyone's sort of thinking, well, Joker's dead. She said, well, there's only one person that can do it, that would do this, that's like the Joker. There's only one person that would stage it, and that's Neo Joker, who we met in, I think it was Series 1. So she's now on her way to go and find Neo Joker to put a stop to this. So that's the overall. The issues that I have with this particular book is she's called in. Now, I love the fact that she's reluctant to go in. You know, her license has been revoked. She wants to just get on with her life. That, I think, is great. She's called in by the GCPD. She walks straight into the scene after, obviously, a little bit of a delay of her reluctance. walks straight into the scene and automatically sees evidence that the GCPD didn't. Now, I've got an issue with that in terms of that's really showing how bad the GCPD is and the forensic officers. And then the other issue I've got is her sort of towards the end just walking away and them saying, well, hang on a minute, you're not going to sort of share your thoughts with us? And she's like, no, I'm going this alone. And it's kind of, it's a little bit selfish, really. I mean, they've called her in to help out with their investigation. She didn't want to get involved in it in the first place, and suddenly she's sort of wrapped up in it. If they go forward with what I would see is essentially like a mental breakdown for this character, someone who obviously had issues when she was with Joker, broke up with Joker and left for this sort of normal life, and now is reluctant to get back in, and then gets back into it, and she's pulled in. She's in her traditional Harley outfit with the hyenas at the end, saying, I'm working alone. I'd like to see development of the character where she's going a bit too far. If it ends up just being her able to save the day, do this, I'd get lost, to be honest, and I wouldn't be as interested. So I'd really like this to be more of a character study, similar to that of was it Todd Phillips' Joker, the film, or Stepan Sejic's Harleen, something like that. So to have that in the White Knight universe, I think would be a really, really good first sort of start to expanding the universe. But if it is just going to be sort of old Harley just going around saving the day, I'm not too sure that fits well, to be honest. Other than that, like I said, pretty well written. I loved the fact that Harley was really reluctant to get into it, and there's some great moments in it when she's really questioning her being a mother, and it's so human. And it really grounds this character. And then she goes to visit Bruce in jail, and he sort of consoles her and goes, look, you're a great mum. You were great at what you did, before everything happened. So I think it'd be good for you to sort of try and get back into it, to kind of develop some normalcy. So, yeah, I mean, it's a very, very well written book from some aspects. Like I said, there's others that I'm thinking I'm not too sure about, but we'll see how they develop. But like I said, other than that, I think it's a really, really strong start to sort of expanding this universe, and I'm all in. I've been in since the beginning. I did one of my early videos. I did actually say this would be a really good world building structure that Sean Murphy has going on. So I'm really pleased that that's actually come to fruition. So this is definitely a good start to that. If you are a fan of Harley Quinn, I'd say pick it up. If you're a fan of the White Knight series, this is a must, because I think this series is going to be fantastic. But guys, let me know what you guys think about the White Knight series overall, or what you think of the White Knight Presents Harley Quinn. If you're interested to pick it up, if you're not interested to pick it up, what are your thoughts? And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. So I greatly appreciate that. And I'll see you all in the next video.